Alrighty. What do we got? 14. These things, when Maximinus compared them, he found them out. Immediately, he encouraged his soldiers with this type of assembly. Sacrati con miliones. So, fellow soldiers have sworn an oath, rather even those who are sworn the same oath with me, or more precisely, and clerically, and most of you with me have served true military campaigns, while we were defending the majesty of Rome, or Roman Majestatem, from the Germans, from Germany, and while we were vindicamusing, while we were freeing Illyria from the barbarians. This is how he starts to address them. Africans praise Stiderant, doesn't have a say in it or anything, so it's showing them Africans are true Punic, like they've acted in this way as Punic men or something. Okay, so there's actually Fidem's a missing word from this translation here. They've shown true Punic faith. 4. Nobis, for us, the 2 Gordians, of which one is Fractus, he's so broken thus with Senio of old age that he's not able to arise, and the other has been Perditus, he's destroyed himself with luxuries, ita. So this has got ita here, and this one's got, apparently this is a debauchery, this kind of luxury. That he's debilitated, there's the habitat with the ort, as if he was old, so he's been destroyed so much by this debauchery that it's as if he's as old, and they've made Fecurant, so they've made these 2 men emperors over us. Et ne parum mercet. And if this isn't least enough, parum's like the opposite of satis really, with a ne. This factum, the deed of these noble, actually no, our noble Senate here has recognised this deed of the Africans, and those for whom, the children of whom, pro liberis quorum, that we carry arms for, so we're carrying arms to protect these people's children, against us, they have statueranted, they've established 20 men, and all of these, just as if they're enemies against us, they are pro-tutoring, they're bearing centennials, their thoughts or decrees from these people, that we are the enemy. Quin imo agite. Agite's plural imperative, so stir up yourself. And quin imo really means why rather. Quin literally means, it's got a negative thing, like why not, but in English it just sounds a bit better if you say why. So why rather, stir yourself up, as men ought to, or it's fitting for men. Propendum est, must be hastened to the city must be hastened to. 4, 20 consular men, it's not doing much, against us, lectison have been chosen, the gerund of must, it must be resisted by us, quibus, these people. With us, fortita, bravely againting, we're moving bravely against them. We will fight, Demacantus, you will be fighting, and the outcome will be felicita, it'll have a good outcome. The lentus mente, so the sluggish minds of the soldiers, and not the enthusiastic minds in this assembly, Maximus himself cognivated. So he understood that they hadn't been enthused by this. So 6, Denique, finally, or in short, immediately he scripted his son, he wrote to his son, who, far off, a post behind him was sequibarding, was following, and so he's written to him that he should accelerate, get it quicker, lest something contra him, against him, in his absence, the militaries might think up, the soldiers might think up something. 7, an example of the letter, a copy of the letter. It's produced here, Junius Cordus, Tale, in such a way such an example of this letter is produced here. My stipulator, maybe something to do with payment, someone who works under him, he's going to refer to you, he's going to bring to you, is his name, Titanius, the things which I know were guested or done either in Africa or at Rome. He's going to refer, he's going to bear this, the things which are in the minds of the military. There's a little subjunctive of character or something there. 8 Quasi, please, as much as you are able, prosperes, hasten, lest something, as is accustomed to happen in a crowd of soldiers, they should do more. Yeah, so as usual, soldiers are thinking this way, they tend to do more or act. So what I fear from him, this stipator, you will hear, him whom I sent to you, or am sending. Okay, Daily Dictionary time. A stipator, a bodyguard, close attendant, one of a train surrounding a king, or as Lewis and Short have got. One who presses upon others, an attendant of a nobleman, a retinue bodyguard, used in a bad sense. Anyway, stipator, generally someone you pay to have a job. What have we got here? 15. While these things were gunting in Africa against the 2 Gordians, there was a certain Capellianus. In private life, he was always against Gordian, I guess, and from him who is emperor now, who's ruling now, by order of Maximus, this veteran Capinius, he was ruling with the Moors or ruling over them. So he's been dismissed by Gordian. He's collected the Moors, he's gathered the Moors and had a tumultuous band of them. This looks like a typo. Which he received from Gordian's successor. He sought Carthage with these Moors, to where all of the people inclined to a Punic faith, which we saw at the beginning of these Carthaginians. 2. Gordianus, nevertheless, desiring to test his fortune of war, his son, who was more grander by birth, so his older son, who was 46 years of old, againting his 46th year, whom then, as we said, at his place as the legate of his father, he's gone against Capilinium and Maximinius Mizit, so he was sent against these 2. A man of whose moribustus, of whose habits we said it will say in the right place. But when in this military campaign, also we see Capilinius was the more bolder, and Gordianus was the junior. He was not so exercised or experienced. Quipiqui, since he was retarded by his enjoyments of his noble life, delicacies, his luxuries usually, and the debaucheries or whatever, he was vincitored. He was, in this battle was commenced, he was beaten, and in the same war he was interficored. He was killed.